Hello there my fellow holotable heroes and welcome to another Galactic challenge video. Hope you had a relaxing weekend behind you and that you're looking forward to get your week started. But first we do have a brand new Galactic challenge ahead of us. After the easy one on Friday where you were able to get max rewards by autoplaying, this one probably all the feats on autoplay won't be possible, but still, as long as you use the right teams, it seems quite a straightforward challenge. So in my mind, today's challenge is well balanced, is not too easy, but again, once you figure out what to do, again, it makes it easy enough that it's not an absolute RNG fest as some of them obviously can be. As always, I'll cover the modifiers first, then show the feats, and I got 3 battles I want to show you today. So the first one will be bounty hunters that can get 2 feats done. So I did both the bounty hunter feat obviously and the 8 turns in a row as well, and then 2 battles there for the 30 critical hits feat. So hopefully one of those teams will work for you. As always, you'll find YouTube chapters below, but otherwise let's just get started with Proving Ground. So that's the global modifier for Kamino. Now normally this modifier I just ignore it, but because of the 30 critical hits we'll have to a little bit use it. So essentially everybody get their stats nerfed to the ground, including critical chance. So critting in beginning, even when I tried with first order advantage up, those guys just refuse to crit most of the times. So obviously to kind of counter that, we get the superior training ability. I think you can use it every other turn, and whenever you do that you get some of those stats back that obviously the modifier takes away from you. So for the critical hits feat, definitely you will want to use this over and over again as much as you can, just that you build up critical chance back up so you can actually start critting. Then we've got the Bounty Hunter modifier, Thrill of the Hunt. Now this one will give you true defense, which is nice, but most importantly, remember we have this feat for 8 turns in a row, and once we do get contract triggered on our Bounty Hunters, we'll get Frenzy for 1 turn on everybody, which will allow you to get those 8 turns in a row quite quickly. So, you know, you don't even have to worry about it, it'll just happen eventually. And then let's look at the Jedi modifiers. So whenever a buff are dispelled or expire, they gain advantage and some stacking critical damage. But yeah, Jedi modifier has always been one of the weaker ones, so it doesn't really help their case at this point. So in terms of feats, I would say we need a bounty hunter team. Win after taking 8 turns in a row, as mentioned before already. We'll be utilizing again bounty hunters with frenzy to do that. And then finally, a lucky shot, scoring at least 40 critical hits. And as mentioned before, I got 2 teams for you here. So the first one will be Geos and the second one Mothma. But again, it's going to be, you know, stall the battle as long as you can and keep using the event ability as much as you can to keep getting those stats back. In terms of the enemy, no really threat there. I guess the only annoyance is Mundi if he dazes you and things like that, but luckily, you know, their stats have been nerfed too, so they won't be hitting as hard. Having Julie in there for the revive actually is perfect because it really allows you to stall the battle long enough to get 30 critical hits, because Julie keeps bringing back everybody, right? So actually, by putting them Julie in there, maybe they did that on purpose so we can cheese it a little bit or not. Either way, Julie is really helping us along the way here for the lucky shot feat. Let's first kick off with the bounty hunters. Now obviously bounty hunters are a very diverse faction, very powerful, and many of us, including myself, because you know we have all these Galactic legends, all of them are kind of already relicked up. But as always, I try to use this for what's for me at least the baseline bounty hunter team. Be with Jango lead for some extra speed. Also his contract is relatively easy to trigger. So speaking of his leadership, yeah, it does a lot of things, but mostly plus 30 speed. His contract you can trigger just by dealing damage to debuffed enemies 20 times, and with a bunch of AoEs in here, you know, that's not going to be all that difficult. Once his contract is triggered as well, everybody will also gain a bounty hunter's role, so okay, they can ignore the taunts and everything, so which is pretty cool. And then the rest of the squad is just kind of your executor bounty hunters, I guess. That's why for me this is kind of the best baseline bounty hunter team, because of executor requirements. Probably it's going to be the most common that people have these for a relic top. And then let's go hop in a battle and let me show you how easy it was with this team. Because of extra speed, we get to go first. My boss is like 328 speed or something like that for reference, so we go first, we get a taunt up. Jango goes next. I think his speed is like 280 or something, but remember we do get 30 extra speed. We took care of Kenobi first, just get him out because he's constantly taunt anyway. Pop an ability block over on old Ben, and I'll just go ahead, keep spamming those AoEs whenever you can. Let's just do a basic. There we go. Ki-Adi-Mundi self-exploded. Jolie brought him back. Alright, let's finish off Jolie there with a big rocket to the face with Jango. They get a couple of more turns, one more hit on a debuffed enemy. Here comes the contract, and now because of Frenzy we'll be getting all these turns over and over again, so they won't really be able to do much. Let's just go ahead, get Ben out. Let's go ahead, push back some turn meter on Ki-Adi-Mundi so he doesn't get a turn. Blow him up as well. Let's go ahead, renew the taunt, throw some thermals again, and that is pretty much over for the enemy, completing Bounty Hunter feat as well as 8 turns in a row. So now this is probably going to be the easiest part for everybody. Now let's head over to the 30 critical hits. Well, not in a row, just in battle in general. But to begin with, hitting critically is going to be a problem because of the modifier. My Geos are not particularly fast, so Old Ben went first, used his mind tricks. That's okay, we'll get around it. I'm just going after Kenobi because he'll taunt anyway once we do finally start critting people. Now Old Ben taunted. Luckily, obviously Sunfax got a dispel on his basics, so we were able to push Old Ben taunt away. Just keep going after Kenobi, waiting for the ability blocks to drop so I can start to use the event ability. Start building up my, most importantly, critical chance. Just keep going after Kenobi. Down he goes already. There we go. Finally, let's go ahead, use that superior training as many times as you can. As soon as you see it, just go ahead and press it. Obviously, good thing about Geos here, you don't miss a turn by using this ability because everybody else is called to assist anyways. So you do get some attacks in, and eventually we will start critting. We go. Now, as I said before, Ki-Adi-Mundi is a little bit annoying with his daze and taunt and retribution, but luckily with his stats nerfed, he's not really doing any damage whatsoever. So again, waiting for ability blocks to drop so we can go ahead and cleanse those dazes so we can start getting attacks out of turn. There we go. I didn't use here superior training, I just decided to cleanse everybody off so I can actually start getting attacks out of turn. And now it's pretty straightforward. You just keep targeting Old Ben. He's quite durable here. So you just kind of keep using superior training whenever available, otherwise just basics. You want to stall this out, let Julie bring back the guys, and you know, you can take them down again quickly. Just speeding up the footage. I don't want to take this video to be too long, but you can see we're now critting quite reliably at this point already, just because we kept using superior training whenever possible. As soon as they Julie brings back Kenobi, take him out, Ki-Adi-Mundi, take him down, and then go head over back to Old Ben. Keep cheesing those critical hits on Old Ben. And finally Old Ben is down. Head over to Julie, because at this point you should have 30 critical hits, so you don't want to get to a point where Julie is constantly reviving and you timeout. And that's it. That's battle number 1, and that's how you can easily complete 30 critical hits in a row. And then another team I tried as well that works in a very similar way is Mothma. I just kind of use some maybe weaker rebel fighters because maybe not everybody will have Pow, Kara and Scout and things like that, so maybe Wedge, Biggs and Lando are a little bit more accessible because of, you know, they're required elsewhere for Galactic Legends and stuff, so people might have them. Not sure that Kyle's really needed in here, to be honest. Just, you know, whatever best rebel fighters you have should work. And it's the same strategy as with obviously Geos. This team works the same. You're getting all these attacks out of turn that obviously deal less damage than normal attacks. We lost Lando there, that's okay, we'll bring him back. There we go, we got a couple of crits already. And same thing, just keep using superior training whenever you can. There we go, we also got crit chance up. I think that's coming from Biggs, I believe, the critical chance up. But otherwise, there they go. Again, Ben is taunting. Let's go ahead, bring up Soldier now so we can dispel that critical damage immunity from these guys. So we can start critting them. Let's go ahead first, see if we can finish off Ki-Adi-Mundi so he doesn't drop another daze on us. Head over to kill off General Kenobi so he stops putting critical damage immunity whenever we crit. And now once you're just down to these 3, same strategies with Geos. Just keep using superior training whenever available, otherwise just basics. Keep targeting Ben, he's quite durable. We go, almost got him down. And at this point I probably got enough critical hits already, so just finished off Julie, finished off Heathcote there as well. And this team, obviously without Fit Striker, hard to know but I didn't really try too hard in the end. I could stall it out a little bit more if I would need to, but just to show the mechanics of these two teams, very similar, both Geos and Mothma, for the critical hits fit. Alright guys, that's all for today's video. Hope you find it useful and helpful. Let me know in the comments below or my Discord server. But until then, have fun, enjoy life, and may the RNG be with you, my friends.